made it home from America thanks to some sharp detective work in Essex. It's a double-decker bus which worked throughout the worst of Luftwaffe's bombing campaign over London.
But it ended up a rusting hulk more than 4,000 miles away in Missouri before being rescued. The full story now from Marcus Powell.
It really was a busman's holiday when Steve Newman got married. He took a bus from work to his Essex wedding last week. The first time this London double-decker had been out on the road since the war. It's taken 4 years to rescue it since it was found derelict and forgotten in the storeroom of a United States museum.
I mean, originally when the vehicle came back in, my wife-to-be, as it was then, said she felt sorry for it, and what on earth was that thing sitting in the garage? We explained to her it had a tough life, and she said, "You'll never do it." I said, "When we do that, we'll get married." Lo and behold, it was a race at the end of which would come first, the marriage or the bus, but fortunately we managed to get both ready on the same day.
His long-suffering wife being put in the back of a bus for a wedding was entirely expected, even if this beautiful restoration risked upstaging the bride herself.
Had to be done, otherwise it wouldn't have happened, I don't think. It was like the bus had to be there for his wedding day.
You don't sort of feel that this is getting a bit personal, he's bringing his work home?
He always brings his work home, I think, so no, it's just nice to have it on the day, I think.
Clearly, restoring old buses is a love affair that has to be taken seriously. There are only 4 of the wartime double-deckers still in existence, and this RT is number 8 of the series, of some 7,000 made. It's a great survivor.
Yeah, it ran through as a regular service bus running mainly out of Putney garages out of West London for a large chunk of the war. It had a period in 1944 where it returned back to the main depot for some serious overhaul, so we suspect she suffered some bomb damage at that time.
Most of the original plans ended up in skips, so the rebuild requires painstaking use of partial plans and the historic pictures that do remain. Well, the bus has been beautifully restored, but as there aren't original parts to replace many of the old bits, they've simply had to be reproduced, with the exception of this hugely distinctive fabric called brown rexine. This is original. It was found in an old London transport canteen at a snooker hall being used for blinds. The crew here offered to buy the snooker hall new blinds, as long as they could get the fabric for their old bus. RT8 will be back in frontline service for one day only on Friday, appearing at Trafalgar Square and then the Tower of London, as 4 years' hard work is finally finished. Marcus Powell, London Tonight, Essex.
What a beauty. It is my ambition to own a route master. Did you know that?
I never knew that.
One day. Coming up in the programme, a victory.